What's up, guys? We are back once again, and we are finally going to be looking over Tales of the Jedi. Now, anyone that has not watched Star Wars Tales of the Jedi yet, I do highly recommend you do check it out. There are a lot of good in this, but there's only a tiny bit bad. So let me go into the bad first. The only things that I see bad in this is one, not long enough. Two, not long enough. And three, it's just, again, not long enough. I mean, that's really the only thing I can say about it. Because we get 3 amazing episodes of not only Ahsoka, but of Dooku before he turns to the dark side. Of literally, in the first episode we see of Dooku, we see how his turn came because him and Qui-Gon go to a planet to try to figure out why this Senate son was kidnapped, and then we later see is because the Senate was corrupt. He just wanted his own power, and Dooku got tired of it. He almost killed him thanks to young Qui-Gon. He stopped him. And then the second episode, same thing. Corrupt Senate. And then it was because of a Master Jedi getting killed. And then also, of course, with the way, Mace was. And then same thing with, we figured out Dooku was the one that killed Master Yaddle in, technically episode 1, and then of course with the death of Qui-Gon really drew him over the edge, and we got to see that battle. So pretty much we really got to see what Dooku really thought of the Jedi. He was loyal, but at the same time he understood that the Jedi was not really the word corrupt, but they were just pretty much the Senate's playthings, and that's the best way I can describe it, because they were. The Senate was the playthings. The Jedi was the Senate's playthings because they went so much, but not only by their code, but they're like, oh, well, the Senate doesn't control us, when in actuality they did. And at the same time, how Dooku says in the episode where he even makes a comment saying that not by ego or not by politics, when in the end, that's what killed you, was the ego and politics, because you didn't listen. That was the whole thing. Again, I like Windu, but again, Windu was so full of himself because he was so powerful, but at the same time, he thought he knew everything, and in matter of fact, he didn't. So, that is what I think of that, because I loved how we got to see another side of Dooku. Again, there are alternate versions of Dooku. Well, not alternate, but there's other versions of Dooku that we never really got to see in the movies or even in the animated series, and you can see that, I think, in the book that's out there somewhere. And then at the same time, there are other ways where you can even learn about Ahsoka. I think, Ahsoka, learning about her from being a child, seeing about her mom. Her mom looked exactly like her, taking her on a hunt, and then losing her because of a somewhat of a saber-tooth-like type of creature, and for this, I would say, sort of like native type of ceremony, and it was very beautiful. It was amazing, and I love that. And also how she connected with the animal, and he was able to bring her back after connecting with him, and then showing, hey, Ahsoka is a Jedi, and then being able to bring her to the Order. And then the second episode, Anakin showing her how to train differently on different stun blasts by the clones, which is and definitely what saved her from Order 66, which is kind of weird how Anakin would teach her something that would evidently save her life later on. So that was absolutely amazing. And then seeing the third episode of her where she was in hiding and, witnessing Padme's funeral, and then Senator Organa helping her, and then her being in hiding, and then her having a job and getting betrayed out to the local civilians, to the Empire, and we see a Inquisitor show up and how she just kills him in one shot, and that's pretty much how she gets her lightsabers, is turning them back into gray, to where that's how she gets her lightsabers. From everything that I've heard from different stories, even the book. I haven't fully read the book of Ahsoka yet. I want to. But overall, guys, this was just amazing. This is something that I would say quenched my thirst just a little bit of Star Wars, because I'm going to be honest, if you guys don't know, I do not like Andor. I think Andor does not sense what Star Wars is, and it was like, oh, you just like lightsabers. You're like, no, it's not just the lightsabers. You're showing different species. You're making a full circle of characters that we know more of. Again, if you gave Dave Filoni full freaking grasp on Star Wars, I guarantee you he could make an Ahsoka. Not only we're getting the Ahsoka series, but would you not want to see what happens to Ahsoka from right after she survives Order 66 to the time we meet her in Rebels. I mean, come on. There's not a whole lot that we see of Ahsoka other than in Clone Wars and a little bit of Rebels. There's still so much more that we could see in the show. But again, Disney / Lucasfilm is not doing that. And I think that's what needs to happen. And same thing with Dooku. We could get a whole thing of Dooku. We only got some tidbits in here. We finally got to see, Kamino being erased from the Jedi archives. We got to see how Master Yoda dies. We got to see him talking to Qui-Gon for the first time. Him having mentions to, Episode 1. And so many other things, guys. I mean, again, this is what Star Wars is. It's not just the lightsabers. It's not just space. It's space, the lightsabers. It's the Force. It's the different species. It's the stuff we know, not the crap that they're giving us with Andor. I'm sorry, that's just me personally. If you're enjoying Andor, okay, great. Andor to me is not Star Wars. It just feels like it was inspired by Star Wars. If you're enjoying it, okay, great. But this is going to be it for me for Star Wars as of right now, probably for this year. I think this is the last thing we're getting this year of Star Wars, just this as well as Andor. And then I know we got Mando Season 3 coming. I know we have, of course, Bad Batch coming as well. Those I'm excited for. But other than that, this is going to have to do it for me for Star Wars as of right now. I'm probably going to be doing another Star Wars video later on at probably some point in the year. Give my full thoughts on Star Wars once again. But if you guys enjoyed Tales of the Jedi, let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments down below. What was your favorite episode? What was your favorite part? There were episodes in this that literally brought tears to my eyes. It was when I got to see Baby Ahsoka. Also when we got to see Dooku really, challenge the authority of the Senate, because not only showing how corrupt the Republic was in a way, but at the same time they didn't care about, the lowest of the low, and it was shown a lot in Clone Wars too, but we really got to see it from a different angle, from more of an actual perspective rather than what we saw, and I really enjoyed that, and I think that's what a lot of people have been wanting to see, so we finally got to see that. But let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed. What are your thoughts on Tales of the Jedi? What was your favorite episode? What did you like more of the Dooku, more of the Ahsoka? I'd like to know. Please let me know down in the comments. Once again, leave a big fat like on the video if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you as always on the next one.